Hi boys and girls. So today we're going to do the first of the two math videos. So I decided that instead of putting two lessons on one video, I'm going to do a video for each lesson. So this video is for Module 4, Lesson 7. And here's our learning goal. Our learning goal says that I can compare two numbers and identify, which means tell, the greater or lesser of the two given numbers. So I know that's a lot of words, and all they're saying is that when you see two numbers, you're able to tell which one is more than the other or which one is less than the other. So I thought we'd do that with a problem today, okay? So here's our problem over here. So it says Benny has 4 dimes, Marcus has 4 pennies. Benny says, we have the same amount of money. Is he correct? So let's think about that again. So what do we know? We know that Benny has 4 dimes. We know that Marcus has 4 pennies. We wonder if this is true. Benny says, we have the same amount of money. And we wonder, is that true? And what we want to find out is he correct? Is that a true sentence? So let's show that. So we did work on dimes and pennies. Remember, we said dimes and pennies go so well with what we're doing with place value because dimes are just like tens, okay? Because dimes are worth 10 cents and pennies are just like ones because they're worth 1 cent. So let's show Benny's money here. So here's his 4 dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's his 4 dimes. And then Marcus said he has 4 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, if you're good at counting money, you probably already know the answer, but I'm just going to show it with cubes anyway, okay? So 1 dime is like 1 10. Okay, so here's 1 dime, here's 2, here's 3, and here's 4. So remember, 1 dime is the same as 10 pennies. So it's a 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So there's our 4 tens, or we could put over here 4 dimes. Okay? And these are our pennies. So on the pennies are only worth 1. So let's put that here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I bet you can tell just by looking if that's correct or not. So remember, boys and girls, that in math class a lot, I had you sitting with your math partner. And a lot of times I would say, turn and talk to your partner. So what I want you to do is whoever's watching this with you, turn and talk to that person, whether it be dad or mom, or older sibling, or even a vavoo, whoever happens to be with you. And turn and tell them, do you think that Benny was right to say that they have the same amount of money? Okay? So Benny has 4 dimes and no pennies, and Marcus has, so let's put 10s and 1s. He has no dimes, look, no 10s, but he does have 4 pennies. So are those the same? Is Benny right? Turn and tell whoever you're talking to. And I'm hoping you're saying no, that is not correct. This amount of money is not the same as this, okay? Because this is, let me go over here. So this is 40 cents and this is 4 cents. So now, this is what our learning goal is talking about. They're talking about a way that you can show on paper what's more or less. So we could say 40 is more than 4, or the math term we're going to use is 40 is greater than 4, or we can say that 4 is less than 40. It's only a little bit. So we would use this word. 4 is less than 40. Okay? So that's what we're going to work on. So, and we're going to use symbols to show that. So we're going to be comparing numbers using a symbol to show that you know which number is greater and which number is less. So a symbol. So you know what a symbol is. Like a red light is a symbol. When drivers see that red light, they stop. It doesn't have the word stop. It's just a red light, but drivers know that. It means stop. When they see a green light, there's no word that says go on it, but that green light is a symbol that means that they can go. And in math, you have already learned some symbols. You learned this symbol, which is called the plus sign, which means that we're going to get more. You have learned this symbol, which is the minus sign, which means that we're going to have a hole and we're going to take some away from it. You've learned this symbol, which means equal, the same. So over here on our problem, we could not put an equal sign because that's not true. 40 does not equal 4. So we're going to take that right out of there, okay? But we are going to use a sign, and I'm going to come over here now and show you. That looks like this. So this is called the greater than, less than sign, and it depends on which way it's facing. So let me give you a big clue. So I made little teeth in it because it reminds you of an open mouth. It could be like an alligator's mouth. Remember our song with the crocodile? Okay? So the open mouth wants to eat a lot, which means that he's always going to go to the bigger number. So I'm going to come back over here. We're going to go nice and slow so we don't make you dizzy. So over here, when we put our sign, what's bigger, 40 or 4? So you tell me where this open mouth should be facing. Should it be going toward the 40 or should it be going toward the 4? So I'm hoping you're saying that he's going to go to the 40 because 40 is a lot. He'd rather eat 40 cookies than 4 cookies, right? So if we put our sign in here, I'll even you don't have to make the teeth, but if that helps you. Now this reads 40 cents is greater than 4 cents. 40 cents is greater than 4 cents. Okay? But now down here, look at where's the big number. So you want to find your big number and you're going to face the mouth toward the big number. So like that. So now let's put our sign in again. Okay? So this now reads 4 is less than 40. 4 is less than 40. Okay, so the little pointy end goes toward the little number, the little pointy end. The big open mouth is always going to want the big number. Okay, so we're going to move over now and practice some of that. All right, so we're going to switch places, Mrs. Susan. Okay. Okay, so Mrs. Souza is going to hold up 2 cards. So she has the number 16 and the number 45. So now, for some of you, I bet, will already know which one is greater and where you would put the open mouth. But just in case there are some that are having problems, what Mrs. Souza did is on the desk, which she's going to show you in a minute, she showed what 45 and 16 look like. So Mrs. Souza, could you put those down? Mm-hmm. So boys and girls, remember those little 10s and 1 strips I gave you? This is what might be helpful to you. So let's look. So look at our 45. So 45 is 4 sets of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 16 is one set of 10 and 6 ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now, before she puts the sign in the right place, could you turn and tell whoever is watching with you, where would the open mouth go? Which number is greater? So I'm going to have Mrs. Souza put that right now. Okay, so did you tell your whoever's watching that the big open mouth should go to the 45? I hope you did. So now, could you show them that? Yeah, can you put that down too? Just a greater then? So now look, it says 45. So here it is in words, is greater than 16. So see that wide open mouth going right toward the big number, okay? So let's try another one. So now she's going to show 2 more cards, 2 different numbers. So you can leave that because you can build or take away from it. Okay, so now we did a tricky one. So look at that. 42 and 24. So you know what I noticed about it, which I hope you notice? They both have a 4 and they both have a 2, but they're not in the same place. So now Mrs. Souza is going to put those down and show you. Put 24, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now she's going to make it. So some of you might be saying, nope, I already know which one is bigger. So while she's doing that, I'm going to tell you that when you're looking at a 2-digit number, you always look at the first number because that's the tens. So the tens is much more than a 1. So let's look at what she made. So she made 24, which is 2 sets of 10 and 4 ones. And then she made 42, which is 4 sets of 10 and 2 ones. So do you see that even though they both have the same numbers, they're completely different. So now, remember, the big open mouth always wants the big number. So where do you think she should face the big open mouth? So now I'm going to have her put it down, and I'm going to hope that that's what you said. Okay, did you say that? So I'm going to tell you what that means. 24 is less than 42. So notice how the big open mouth is always going to face your big number. So, but when it looks like that, it says 20, because you read it like a sentence. So you start on your left, 24 is less than 42. So let's try another one, okay? So she's going to show you 2 more numbers.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay. So, well, my goodness, 25 and 25. Okay, she's going to put them down and make it. 25 and 25. Okay. So, okay, there it is. So remember, we look at our big number first. She's going to take away because she doesn't need all those. 25. So now let's take a look at that. 2 10s and 5 1s. 2 10s and 5 1s. What? What is she? What? Tell your whoever's watching with you, what should be in the middle? So now she's going to go put it. She's going to put it. Ready? Look. Did you say equal? Because that's what's true. 25 is equal to 25 because look, they're exactly the same. They both have 2 10s and 5 1s. Okay? All right, let's try another one. Okay. So she's gonna show you two more numbers. I hope you're getting the idea. Okay, so ready? 38, 33. So she's gonna put those down and make it. 38 and 33. So while she's doing that, let's talk about this. So you know what I noticed? They both start with the number 3. Did you notice that? They both start with the number 3, which means they both have 3 tens. So boys and girls, I'm going to tell you that this is like alphabetical order. So remember in alphabetical order when we said if the first letter is the same, you must move to the next letter. Remember? So we even had to do that with some of your names. For instance, Anicia, I'm thinking of Camara and Carlos. So Anicia Camara and Delilah Carlos, their last names both begin with a C, so we had to move to the next letter. Well, guess what? They're both A's. We had to move to the next letter. So it's the same thing with numbers. So look, both of them have 3 tens. That's not going to help us, is it? But look at the ones. Look at 38. Look at all the ones that are there. Now look at 33. Look at those ones. Where should the sign, what sign should we use and what direction should it face? Think it or say it. Okay, Mrs. Sousa's going to put it. And there we go. So she put the big open mouth to 38 because even though they both have 30, that one has 8 ones, which is more than 3 ones. So it would read 38 is greater than 33. See, 38 is greater than 33. So we're going to do just one more, okay? So let's just do one more. I hope you're getting the idea of it. So this will be our last one, okay? 21 and 11. So this time I noticed that it's the ones that are the same. So she's going to lay those down and make them. But remember, we said that we always want to look at the tens first. We always want to look at the tens, and that's our first number. Okay? So Mrs. Sousa has the hard job. Okay, so here's our 11. 1 10 and 1 1. Here's our 21. 2 10s and 1 1. Okay, now look. The big mouth always wants the big number. Think or say. Where's the big mouth going to face, the 11 or 21? Now Mrs. Sousa is going to put it down. Yep, see the big mouth is going to 21 because 2 10s is more than 1 10. And so that reads that 11 is less than 21. It's smaller than. So remember, the point always points to the little number, but the open mouth wants the big number, okay? So I'm going to switch places now with Mrs. Sousa. Okay, so on your sheets for this week, I made you up a little kind of summary of what we've been talking about. There's our greater than, less than. I gave you samples, okay? So on your first worksheet, they're going to show you 2 pictures of items, and it says for each pair, write the number of items. So I did the first one for you. So this has 10, 11, 12, 13. I wrote 13. This has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I wrote 19. And then it says, circle the set with the greater number. So I circled this because, look, even though they both have a 10, this one only has 3 ones, but this one has 9. And then make the symbol. So if you want to put the teeth in, you can. Okay, so this is all greater. And then down here, they move to numbers. So if you don't get 1 10 and 2 1s, make it. Make it with your little 10s and 1s, okay? And then put the symbol in. That means greater or less. Circle which one is greater. This one or this one, and then put your sign in. And then they did a little money one. Circle the set of coins that has the greater value, 3 dimes or 3 pennies, and then put your little sign, okay? Okay, so on the back, it's pretty much the same thing, only now they're doing all less. They're doing which one has less. So you're still gonna write the numbers, only this time you're gonna circle the less and put your sign. So all the back is less. Which one is less? Which one is less? And then over here, circle the one that's less and draw it and show how you know. So you can use your quick tens for that, or if you want to do it in money, you can draw little circles with 10 in it, that stands for dimes, and little circles with ones in it, that stands for pennies, okay? The next sheet, it's the same thing, okay? Which one is greater? Okay, write the numbers and put your sign in. So all the front is greater again, okay? Then all the back is less. You're looking for all the less. And I wrote it nice and big so you don't get confused and keep doing greater, greater when you're supposed to be doing less. All right? And then I gave you a practice sheet where you can just practice putting the right sign in. Put the right sign, okay? On the back of that paper, it's just some more practice. So look, you just put the right sign. And remember, if you're not good with numbers, please use these. That's why I gave them to you, okay? Use those, put the right sign. Then down the bottom, now it says, write the numbers to show which is greater or less. So they already put the sign. So look, all the signs are there. Look. So now we switched it up a little. So if the open mouth is there, that means you got to put the big number there because he always wants to eat the big number. If the open mouth is here, that means which one is bigger, put it there. Okay? So that's it. So there's your problem sets for lesson 7. So we're going to stop the video now, and then you can do the papers that go along with it. You don't have to do them all in the same day. And then we're going to make a new video for lesson 8. Okay? So see you very shortly.